I was like, what the f is that in the sky?
This Cape Coral man wants to tell you what he thinks was in the sky.
Holy shit, there's a spaceship or a UFO.
It might have been a UFO, but was it, you know?
We come in peace.
So we took this man's claims to the expert to set the record straight.
NBC2's Gage Goulding is telling us what he found out.
The mysterious objects in the sky were spotted right here on Santa Barbara Boulevard. The man who saw it all last night saying at one point they were hovering right over his vehicle, like they were ready to shine a beam down over him, absorbing him into what he calls a UFO. Jose Caradegua was on his way home from work. That's when he saw the first aircraft, calling it something he's never seen before.
The light began to separate into two and then come back together.
Just 5 minutes away on Santa Barbara Boulevard, he took these pictures of another aircraft.
It was a black diamond with lights on the side.
The next words that came out of his mouth:
I was like, holy shit, that's a UFO. That's not nothing from here.
He stopped in the middle of the road, staring into the sky.
It was right overhead, floating over us, basically, and there was no sound. It was magnificent.
It's the silent part that catches the attention of 24-year veteran Air Force pilot Kevin Russo.
We don't have any silent running aircrafts or helicopters that I know of in our world at this time.
The craft's quick maneuvering also raising a red flag about what was really flying over the Cape. It's similar to what U.S. Navy pilots saw in these videos as recent as 2015. U.S. intelligence committees planning to present the recently declassified information about UFOs to the Senate this month. Here in the Cape, it's this picture that stood out to Russo.
It almost looks like two aerial vehicles in formation doing a maneuver, hovering, and then making, sharp angle turns.
There is one thing, however, tying the crafts here to Earth. The red and green lights Jose describes.
The lights all match what we have in aviation.
But that doesn't explain the lack of noise.
I think that's the biggest clue to this, that there was zero sound.
All factors considered, the Air Force pilot who flew in missions like Desert Storm also left wondering what was flying in our skies.
Probably go on the 90% side, 85, 90%, that it's probably not from here.
When I asked the FAA if they had any records of any aircraft in the area last night, I was told they had none.
So is that something we've created that people don't know about yet? Or is that something that's extraterrestrial or that is visiting our planet?
Reporting in Cape Coral, Gage Goulding, NBC2.
Well, it was hard for me to gauge how big those lights or whatever it was he saw in the sky. Just
That's how it always is with those photos.
I know.
There's just enough where you're like, I don't know.
Could be.
You know what I always say, especially when the red and the green. Maybe it was. I always say red and blue. Maybe it was, or pink and blue. Maybe it was another gender reveal fiasco. It's always my go-to thought. Did someone?
Don't give them any ideas, Allison. Do your weather.
Yeah. There's always those crazy stories of what happens after those parties. I don't understand, and then anyway, I will do my weather.